Hey, welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic, and to another episode of my series, Free on Facebook. A series of videos in which I find things for free and I show you how to repair them, repurpose them, or recycle them in another manner. In this video, I got this newer style Whirlpool washing machine that's making a weird humming noise during the wash cycle. Therefore, it's not washing the clothes as it should. So if you have a newer style Whirlpool, Maytag, or Amana washing machine that has similar symptoms, this video is designed to help you. So if you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic, for more DIY and tinkering videos. So this is the machine in question here, and like I said, this applies to almost any of the newer Whirlpool, Maytag, or Amana washing machines. I believe that this particular model can still be found at Home Depot for roughly around $650, and this is nearly brand new. I mean, I suspect it's just a couple years old. It's still got some of the protective layers on it and stuff. So basically what's happening is that this machine is making a humming or a buzzing noise while it's on the wash cycle, and therefore the clothes aren't being agitated actually, and they're not being cleaned, so they're coming out dirty and wet. So I'm going to show you how to get that repair done and save yourself a lot of money. And as I mentioned, if you find these repairs helpful, please do subscribe, because these videos do take me some time to make. I just can't intuitively fix washers just by intuition. It does take me time, and sometimes I do have to go into forums and research. An example of that is I'm working on the Samsung. I'm trying to do a board level repair so I can save you guys a lot of money in the future, but it is taking me some time, so I do appreciate the support. Alright, so first I'm going to show you what exactly this humming noise and what it looks like when your agitator doesn't work. So that part's next. So here's the washer. Went ahead and bypassed the lid switch there. As you can hear, it's just humming, and the agitator is not moving, and it's spinning quite slowly. It's not how it's normally supposed to function. And it has this weird deep humming sound as well. So we'll get this thing fixed next. Alright, so let's jump into the repair. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to open the lid of the washer and remove the agitator. Now, if your washer doesn't have an agitator and has a wash plate, pretty much the steps still are the same, except the wash plate will have a little cover on it. You just have to get a screwdriver to pry it off, then you'll get access to the bolt. But if you have an agitator, it doesn't have the cover. It has this little fabric softener dispenser on it, so we're just going to pull that straight up and it should come off, and that gives us access to the bolt that holds the agitator in place, and I can show that to you, and it'll be down there deep inside the agitator. To get that bolt off, you're going to have to use a fairly long socket extension, and I like to use an impact gun. I'm going to show you what that looks like next. Alright, so this is what we're going to be using to get access to the agitator bolt. It's a 7/16 inch socket with a couple of long extensions, because we'll be sticking this all the way down inside, and even with all that length and extensions, we barely have enough room on top right here to get our trusty little impact gun on there. Once we're on there, we're just going to spin it out. It's a fairly long bolt, so don't be surprised if it takes some time. Let's see if that... Let's see if that does it. I'm going to release the impact gun here. And so that's it in a nutshell. Now I must confess that majority of the time you do this, the top of the agitator is going to come out by itself, and the bottom is going to be left behind, like so, like the wash plate side. And that because oftentimes this is really seized up on the transmission spines, and it can be quite a challenge to get it off. Lucky for me, kind of just came off fairly easily, but most of the time, let me kind of demonstrate this for you guys. So most of the time you're only going to be able to get the top off like this, and the bottom will be left, sorry, just like so. And you're going to have to get a little bit creative, maybe spray some WD-40 down there, or give it some taps with a rubber mallet. Be careful not to break it, but those are often difficult to get off, particularly if it's an old model. Lucky for me, this is not too old of a machine, so I didn't have too much trouble getting it off, but it will come off if you're patient. But even now it's coming. It's taking some maneuvering to get off, but there it goes. And that gives us access to what's called a basket drive hub, and that's the part that's actually bad on this machine. Alright, so to remove the basket drive hub, we're going to have to remove this clip right here. We'll do that by prying it with a flat blade screwdriver and 6 Phillips head screws, and that'll remove the basket drive hub. So first thing we'll do is go ahead and pry this clip off. There we go. That's what that clip looks like. I do apologize for the noise. My daughter's here banging around the washers. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and take a Phillips and remove the six screws. That's what the drive hub looks like. As you can tell, there's flakes of plastic all over it, and the inside teeth are all worn. So this is definitely an issue of the slipping or that humming noise that we heard earlier. Alright, so let's go ahead and slap on the new hub and see if that solves the issue. Alright, so I got the replacement hub. I picked it off of Amazon for 10 bucks. And I always just mostly just get the parts from Amazon. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of die-hard enthusiasts who say to only get from the manufacturer, but as far as I've never had any sort of issue with a wide range of parts. So until I have, a substantial amount of issues, I'm going to continue to do so. The parts are cheap, plus they come in a day or so. So we'll take a look at the new one compared to the old one, so just to give an indication of how badly the old one was worn out. And as you can see, the top teeth here are almost completely grounded down flat. These ones have nice grooves in them. But on top of that, the inner teeth right here are pretty much worn completely as well. While the teeth right here, the ones that go into the spine of the transmission shaft, are present on this one, obviously, because it's new. Well, on this one, they're pretty much completely gone. So this thing pretty much wore out. Not exactly sure what causes that, whether it's just the plastic here as cheap material, or if it's being overloaded with laundry. People like to get these big machines with large tubs, and they just throw their comforters and blankets and everything in there, and leads to a lot of different problems. So I recommend if you want to get your blankets and comforters cleaned, just go to the nearest laundromat and don't ruin your machine at home. Anyways, we'll go ahead and put this new hub on and see if that resolves the issue. And I'll link the part in the description of this video just in case you are interested in purchasing it. Like I said in the previous videos, I don't have an Amazon affiliate account yet, so I don't get paid whether you buy this part or not. It's just a courtesy. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this over the transmission shaft. Alright, that was pretty smooth. And then we'll just go ahead and screw it in. All right, so after the 6 screws are in, we're gonna go ahead and put the clip into place. So you just have to pretty much get your finger and feel around the edge until you feel the 2 holes. So I got 1 hole right here, 1 hole right here. So let's just go ahead and push that in, and then that's it. All right, so that's what it looks like with the clip on there and the new hub secured down. All right, so now the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the wash plate on, and then we'll put the agitator on top of that. All right, so we got the wash plate in there. Now here comes the agitator top. The bolt's right there, and I've got it kind of sticking out the bottom right here. So we're just going to line up the tabs these slots with the tabs on the wash plate, and then after that tighten down that screw, that bolt I should say. So we got the agitator on there nice and tight, everything's snug. So we're just going to put the fabric softener dispenser on there, and there we go. Let's go give this thing a test run and see if that solved the issue. All right, so I got the machine once again hooked up to my little test station over here, and it's well into the wash cycle. I've bypassed the lid switch again. And just in case if you're curious, all you got to do is remove the striker from the top right here. I think there are 2 T15 screws, and just jam it into the lid switch, and that will allow you to bypass it for diagnostic reasons. But anyways, you could tell that it sounds awesome, and it sounds like as it should. I do have some clothes in there with zippers, so sometimes those will scrape against the tub and make a little bit of a noise, but that's just from the clothing that's in there. But more importantly, you could see that the tub itself is spinning normally and moving normally back and forth as it's needed for the agitation cycle. And the agitator itself is moving, which if you look at the earlier part of the video when the hub was stripped, those parts were not moving at all, or they were moving very slowly, just back and forth, creating a buzzing sound. And yeah, if you found this video helpful, and if it helped you repair your washer and prevented it from going into the trash, make sure you give this video a thumbs up.